Good morning, fourth grade online learners. We are back. Mr. Monzo's back, and we have Mr. Casper students with us. Mr. Casper students, say hello. Okay. All right, very good. I'm like a conductor. Me. You. Listen, we have an exciting new thing, and it's hard for our online learners to see this, but this says MOSA Mac. MOSA MACK. MOSA Mac. Let me see if I carry it over there if you can see. There it is. MOSA Mac. In fourth grade, we're doing A78, a lesson. But MOSA Mac is the name of a company that a young girl started, and she's in her early 20s, I believe. I met her online as some training for MOSA Mac because we're considering buying this program. We have 30 days free trial. The way to see MOSA Mac, don't go there right now, but later on, go to Google Classroom and then go to the Classroom tab and scroll all the way down past journals, weekly lesson plans, study guides, quizzes. When you get to the bottom of that page, you're going to see MOSA, M-O-S-A, Mac, M-A-C-K. It's a computer program that has cartoons. It has science skills that you can do matching of definitions. It has a quiz, which right now does not count. Okay, if we like it, we may decide someday we want to count this as a grade. But right now it's just practice to see if we like the program. And then there's one other feature. I forget what it is. But that's just unit 1. If we wanted to, we can go into other units within that topic and do experiments and all kind of stuff. But that looked very technical right now, and I think we should ease into this. So I asked the creator of the MOSA Mac, can you just get us used to it first, and then we'll go past it if we like it. So right now, Penn Trafford does not own MOSA Mac, but we may buy it if you guys like it. So today, after when we're done reading from the book, I want you guys to go, don't go on there now, because I see a couple people are going onto their computers. Your computer should be shut. Okay? Later on, we're going to go on to MOSA Mac and at least watch the cartoon. And if you get done and you want to go to the matching and the quiz and the other stuff, you can. I believe for fourth grade, we picked volcanoes, which is somewhat related to what we're learning about eventually, not this week. What do you need? I know, guys. I don't want you playing on your computers. Okay, so parents and offspring has nothing to do with volcanoes. However, I think next week we shift gears a little and we start learning about volcanoes. So this is a preview of what we will be learning on MOSA Mac. Okay, MOSA Mac is all about science. And if you enjoy it, I'm going to encourage Mr. DiNapoli to buy it. And then that way, we're not just reading from the book, we're not just summarizing websites and taking quizzes. We're going to have an interactive science online program if it's not too expensive and if you guys like it. Okay? So we're trying out new things. And this girl's timing was perfect because so many people are going to online learning and she's like, oh, I'll create an online learning thing for science. It seems like so common sense. And then if she was on Shark Tank, they'd be like, yeah, we'll buy into this right away because you're on the right track. You know, whether we have a coronavirus or not, eventually a lot of learning will be done online. Serafina, do you have a question?
Oh, it was from, so do you remember Silas and Savannah Koshko?
Oh, yeah.
They're my babysitters.
Oh, nice. Tell them I said hi.
Okay.
Savannah, I didn't know Silas, but I know Savannah. Ellison.
Can I show you my computer?
Sure. Okay, if you see something crawling by me, it's not a mouse with ponytails, it's just Ellison. Tacosberry Smith Schuster Claypole. She's named after many last names. All right, before we try out MOSA Mac, online learners, I want you to go to this page, Parents and Offspring, not the rock and roll group Offspring, the topic Offspring. This is not a 90s lesson about some rock and roll group. Okay.
My book.
Parents and Offspring. I'm going to move this so that we can get a book, watch the other computer. This is what we're learning. I'm going to read one page and talk a little bit, and we'll come back to this more tomorrow. The main idea is living things resemble their parents because they inherit their parents' traits.
What page? G.
The page is on the board, A78.
G.
Some living things look different when they are young and grow to resemble their parents. So, guys, I notice the older I get, the more I start to look like different features my dad had. Nick, I'm going to use your desk. And little things. And somebody heard me in the store once, and they came up and they said, I know who your dad is. And his name's Tom, too. They said, you're Tom Monzo's son. I said, you never met me before. How do you know? He goes, I know your dad very well, and you have the exact same voice. As a matter of fact, I called my brother at work one day, and they were laughing so hard because they thought I was kidding them. They thought I was him calling in, and it was me. I'm just his brother. And I said to the guy, after he dropped the phone 3 times laughing, I said, this is not Dean Monzo, it is Tom Monzo. I just sound like my brother. So sometimes even your voice can sound the same as people in your family.
You're the same person as your dad?
I'm not exact same person. And if you saw his picture, you'd probably be like, you don't look like him, but we have some of the same features. Same color eyes.
This book smells like me.
Excuse me. Even my dad had freckles on his shoulder, and I have them. And there's just like little similarities that you can pick up on. We have the same type of nose. Okay, but here, this is a lesson called lookalikes, and we're not talking about my dad, Mr. Monzo. We're talking about polar bears. They look so much alike. People sometimes use this phrase to talk about animals and they're young. That's because young living things grow to resemble their parents. Think about some of the plants and animals you know about. A duckling will eventually grow to look like its parents. It will not resemble an eagle or other kind of bird. You're not going to have a duckling grow into an eagle. Apple seeds grow into apple trees. They do not grow to look like pine trees or ferns. Often living things resemble their parents even when they are very young. Caption says the baby polar bear looks like the adult polar bear. And that is on page A78 in our science textbook. Let me check the time. Every time I see this picture, I think of a joke that didn't make any sense. You guys want to hear the joke that makes no sense?
Yeah.
Okay, it makes no sense. A baby polar bear and a mother polar bear are going down a river on a block of ice. And the river comes to a fork. And the baby polar bear goes this way, and the mother polar bear goes that way. And the mother screams to the baby, cream of wheat. Some of you are laughing. Remember, 2 polar bears on a block of ice. One goes this way, one goes that way. They're going down different rivers, and the mom screams, cream of wheat. Okay, now here's the funny thing about that joke. My friend Michael told it to a whole room full of people, and I wasn't in there. And he knew I was coming in the room, and he said, when Tom gets back, everybody laugh at this joke. And they said, well, it's not funny. And they said, yeah, everybody's going to know except Tom. So they did that, and since everybody else was laughing, guess what I did?
Laugh.
Yeah, I started laughing. Then they were laughing harder because the joke didn't make any sense. So if you're going to tell this ridiculous joke about polar bears, make sure you tell people, eventually, it does not make sense. All right. That has nothing to do with parents and offspring, but when I see that picture, I think of it every time. 4th grade online learners, I want you to try MOSA Mac. It's on Google Classroom. Scroll down, past the quizzes, past the lesson plans. You'll see MOSA Mac. Click on it. I think it asks you to log in, but you're already registered through Google Classroom. Watch the video, play the matching games, take the quiz that does not count, and then we'll get some feedback. If you like this, there's many other features to MOSA Mac. Like this goes on, and there's experiments to do, but I want to start out very basic, just to see if you liked it. All right, 4th grade, say goodbye to the to the people at home.
The pub is chilling.
We hope you enjoyed our joke today. Remember, it makes no sense. It's not supposed to. Have a little fun with it. But in the end, tell the people that joke doesn't make any sense.
Everybody, remember it sucks.
All right. We'll talk to you later. Bye.